What is going on, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? It's David here with Mac Tutorials 14, and someone actually said that I hold my camera like really close to my face. Yeah, I don't hold it that close, but I'm gonna try to hold it a little bit farther away. I know sometimes I hold it close. It used to be a habit for me, just because of the fact that when I used to record years ago with my iPod Nano had a camera that I used to have to hold like this because it only had a rear-facing camera. And when I did that, I couldn't really see myself, and it was always really close up. So I kind of got accustomed to, holding the camera like that. So I'm sorry if it's too close to my face, but this is kind of like a pre-JailbreakCon 2014 video. So if you guys do know, JailbreakCon is tomorrow, April 12th through the 13th, Saturday and Sunday. It is 2 days for the people that are in San Francisco. And this is kind of like a pre-JailbreakCon 2014 video, kind of what to expect. So there's going to be multiple people, that are going to be, there's going to be a lot of people speaking at the event. We got WinOCM, I Hate Snow, Pod2G, Muscle Nerd, like all these different, jailbreak developers. And the guys that are sponsoring this event are iDownloadBlog, Jeff Benjamin. I'm not sure if he's going to be there, but I know Sebastian Page is there. I know Joe is there from iDownloadBlog also, but I don't know the rest. And then there's Ryan Petrich that's going to be speaking. There's Flippo Bigarella that's going to be speaking as well. He's also there. And there's a couple more people. But basically, what we can expect is basically we are probably not going to see a 7.1 untethered jailbreak. Unless, of course, Pod2G and the Evaders just randomly pull that out of nowhere. Or if it's not from the Evaders, which if we get a jailbreak, or if we at least see a preview of the 7.1 jailbreak, it'll probably most likely not be from the Evaders. Considering they're probably going to want to wait till iOS 8 to release those exploits that they have. Because keep in mind, guys, they are able to jailbreak iOS 7.1 with the current exploits that they have, because they're exploits that are not patched by Apple. But keep in mind, if they actually release those to the public and made a public jailbreak, then Apple could just go, okay, so let's make 7.1.1, and then we can go ahead and patch the exploits that they used. All we have to do is reverse engineer it and patch it, and then we're good. And by the time iOS 8 comes out, they're going to do the same thing, and then they're going to render the jailbreak for iOS 7.1. They're going to render that unusable with the iOS 8 update as well. So, they're really trying hard for major firmwares like they did with iOS 7. They did not release a jailbreak for 6.1.3 and over firmwares up until actually the release of the iOS 7 jailbreak a couple of weeks. I think it was like maybe a week before the iOS 7 jailbreak launched. A week before it dropped, the iOS 6.1.3 and 6.1.4 jailbreak dropped, and then as 6.1.5 came out, the tool was updated for that, and then 6.1.6, the package was updated for that, because only 6.1.6 was only available on iPhone 3G and iPod Touch 4th generation, as well as as iOS 6.1.5. So yeah. So, we could see a 7.1 untethered jailbreak announced. Now, most likely what's going to happen if we see anything regarding a jailbreak, it's just probably going to be, look, we have a jailbreak, we know we have exploits from Apple, we're not going to say what publicly, but basically, we got this in the bag, and they might show us a preview of what it's going to look like. Maybe it'll be the next Absinthe, or the next Red Snow, or whatever, because keep in mind that, the last couple of times it's really been Evasion. There was, for iOS 6 and for iOS 7, it was Evasion for the untethered jailbreaks. So, for iOS 8 and for iOS 7.1, maybe it'll be something completely different. I mean, for iOS 6.1.3, it was not Evasion, it was POSIXpone. So that is definitely, because the Evaders denied that they were going to be working on, a jailbreak for that firmware, and it did come out, and they did not work on a jailbreak for that, but other people, WinOCM and I Hate Snow, found the, exploits that they could go in and jailbreak 6.1.3 and over firmwares, and they could go ahead and do that. And yeah, so it's actually pretty awesome because that jailbreak will foreseeably never be patched by Apple, considering the fact that they have not pushed a firmware to their iOS 6 devices since iOS 6.1.6, and they will probably not for, the entire time that, they exist. But anyway, so yes, that's a pretty cool thing to think about because basically my iPod Touch or whatever, or my iPhone 3GS, even though I don't have an iPhone 3GS, they are jailbreakable essentially for life because the last firmware that's available for that device is actually able to be jailbroken. Now, as with the iPhone 4 and, newer devices, the iPhone 4S, the iPhone 5S, they're able to be updated to iOS 7.1, iOS 8, all the newest firmwares that come out. So every time there's a new firmware that patches the jailbreak by Apple, you can go ahead and update to that. And the bad part is some people don't think about updating and they just hit update in iTunes and then it goes ahead and patches the jailbreak and it, just screws up their chances of, ever jailbreaking again or ever jailbreaking on that firmware again. So anyway, yes, so that's something to note. Hopefully we will see a password for Robertford Snow. I don't really care because I don't really need an iCloud activation bypass tool considering I don't have any of my devices iCloud locked. And the reason why I say I really want a password for it is simply because I think it'd be a really awesome tool because I know some people that have their device iCloud locked that would really love to have their device on iCloud locked and bypassed, but with this restriction with the whole password and everything, it's kind of hard to do that. And then also when OCM, I talked about this, I detailed this so much in a couple of vlogs ago, but when OCM basically just released this this research utility on his official GitHub page, and basically third-party developers can basically go on his GitHub page and basically steal that open source code and basically rewrite an entire UI, GUI user interface, kind of like Evasion 7, where it's a one-click triple boot or a one-click whatever you choose, what iOS you want. And that'd be really awesome if they actually showed off a tool like that, even if it was money. If it was like reasonably priced at like $10 maybe, or at the most like $20, I would tell you right now I would definitely go out and buy that, considering that look, if they release it on the market, it is going to definitely be a stable release. It's not going to be definitely as stable as keeping your device stock because nothing when you get into jailbreaking and modifying your device, nothing is as good as keeping your device stock and not meddling around with the device's settings and capabilities. But that is where it kind of gets cool, and you can multi-boot iOS and kind of change up your style. So if you're feeling like you want iOS 6 one day, you can just press one button and you go into iOS 6 mode, and you're able to do that, and you're able to have it jailbroken on iOS 6 and all of that. Say you want iOS 7 for the day, you hit a button, and then it transfers over to iOS 7, and then you're jailbroken on iOS 7. So it's just really awesome, especially since it gives users a chance, especially people that accidentally might have updated to iOS 7, or not accidentally, but people that updated to iOS 7 on purpose because they thought maybe it would help their device out, it would be faster, they would like it better, they wanted to give it a shot. And I know some people, actually one of my cousin's friends, this happened to. She updated her phone and then she wanted to go back, but she can't because of the way Apple works and because of the way they say, no, you have to support our new firmware, otherwise you can't have an iPhone, basically. And that's basically what they're saying. And I think that's wrong because everyone's entitled to their opinion. I'll tell you what, in iOS 7 Beta 1, I was about ready to be done with iOS. I was going to get an Android phone again. I was gonna get up my crappy Galaxy S1, Galaxy S Fast and Neat, and I was gonna, use that for the remainder of, my time with phones because I was just so mad at the way it looked. It was so buggy and it just was terrible. But Apple, in recent updates has fixed that. And 7.1, it would actually be really cool to have 7.1 jailbroken because there's a lot of bug fixes and improvements that 7.1 really does have. Especially for iPhone 5S's, they give you that new CarPlay functionality, which would be pretty cool, especially if you bought a car that has that functionality. Now, not all cars that you buy on the market are going to have that functionality. They're supposed to be, implemented heavily in 2015 and 2016. Hopefully, we'll see that in the next couple of years, and hopefully, we'll see that be implemented. And yeah, so that was just kind of like a rant about kind of what to see at WWJC tomorrow. So it does start at around 9, I think. So I'm going to check the official website, and I'll put a live stream in the link in the description below. And I'm going to go, after I'm done shooting this video and uploading it, I'm going to go actually set my clock, set my, set my alarm clock up here. I'm going to set it for, I believe, like 9 o'clock or whatever. Maybe I'll set it up for an hour earlier. That way I could go on. I could figure out where the live stream is. I'm sure they're going to start to live stream a couple of minutes early. They're not going to start live streaming, the second, the presentation starts. They're probably going to, have someone that's going to be talking or whatever. I don't know. So anyway, there's a lot of, awesome people that are going to be there. Sorek is also going to be there as well, the creator of Cydia. So you get a little bit of insight on him, how he, made Cydia, how, his idea for Cydia happened, how Cydia got its name. I know that's a huge question for a lot of people, and every year he seems to answer that question. So it's a really important question for that. But anyway, guys, it's a long video. I'm tired. It's 11:28. And I've had a long day. So anyway, guys, I think I'm going to get some rest. Make sure to rate, like, comment, subscribe, and favorite this video. If you don't know what WWJC means, basically it's Worldwide Jailbreak Con. It is happening tomorrow and Sunday in San Francisco, 9 to 5:30, I think that is, or maybe 9 to 5, I don't know. But it is kind of long, and it's going from like 9 to 5. And tickets are still available, even as we speak right now. So it is not too late, guys, to go ahead and grab tickets. But if you live, on the opposite side of the country or on the opposite side of the world, in my case, it's the opposite side of the country, and you still haven't purchased tickets, you're pretty much out of luck because you're probably not going to be able to get a flight this late. You're not going to be able to book a hotel stay at if you're staying for both nights. So that's something else to think about. But if you're in the area, if you're in the San Francisco area, I definitely recommend checking it out because it will be pretty awesome seeing all these guys in person. Posix, Ninja, and all those guys. Pod2G, Surik, all those guys. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Make sure to rate, like, comment, subscribe, and favorite this video. This is David, signing out.